Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we are going to learn about vectors. So in this video, you are going to learn these two vector operation, the dot product and the cross product. So the dot product, if you still remember, dot would be represented as this dot. So let's assume that we have these two vectors A and B, and theta be the angle between these two vectors. So we can define the dot product of A and B as this. A dot B equals to the magnitude of A multiplied with the magnitude of B cos theta. So if you can see here, this is the formula for dot product. A dot B equals to magnitude of A, magnitude of B cos theta. Alright, so from this definition, we can make conclusion that the dot product will produce a scalar quantity. So please remember, we always will have a value, meaning that it will always have a real value, in order for us when we do the dot product. So for this mathematical equation here, the magnitude A dot B would be equals to this if A not equals to 0 and B not equals to 0. So this is the condition. But if A equals to 0 or B equals to 0, so we won't get this. So we will get this right hand side as equals to 0. Alright, so this is the formula of dot product. So if A is given as this vector and B is given as this vector, so we know that to find the dot product, it will be x1 times with x2 plus y1 times with y2 plus z1 z2. So at the end you will get a real value. Alright, so that is the dot product. So in the dot product, we can find the angle between two vectors. Let's say here we have found that the value of A dot B achieve a certain value. So we can check whether the angle between two vectors, let's say here is vector A and this is vector B. So we want to identify the angle. So if we calculate A dot B, and we get it is greater than 0, meaning that theta will be an acute angle. So what does it mean by acute angle? The angle between these two vectors will be less than 90 degrees. And if A dot B is less than 0, so theta is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle meaning that it will be more than 90 degrees. And if A dot B equals to 0, so you have to remember this. If A dot B equals to 0, meaning that theta is equals to 90 degree. So A and B will be like this. So you have to remember this formula. If it said that the vector is perpendicular, it also can be written as perpendicular orthogonal. So perpendicular orthogonal means that theta is equals to 90 degrees. So if a vector is said to be orthogonal to another vector, so please keep in mind that this vector would always be 90 degrees, or you can assume that A dot B equals to 0. Sometimes you don't have to, maybe you don't have to remember, because we know that this formula A dot B is equals to this formula, right? Cos theta. So if it said that it is orthogonal perpendicular, so if we substitute cos theta with 90 degree, cos 90 is equals to 0. So that's why A dot B equals to 0. So that is about the angle between two vectors. So about the orthogonal vectors. Okay, so orthogonal meaning that it is a 90 degrees or perpendicular, as I mentioned just now. Okay, so two vectors are said to be orthogonal to each other if and only if, okay, at least one of them is a null vector or the angle between them is a right angle, which means that 90 degrees. Okay, so A dot B equals to 0. So in other words, the vector A is orthogonal to B. Okay, so now let's try this example. Okay, so given vector u equals to this and v equals to this, w equals to this, find u dot v plus w. Okay, this is a very simple question. Okay, you can do it, you can pause this video and try by yourself. Okay, all right, so u dot with v plus w. So we have to find what is our v plus w first. Okay, so given your u is -2, 3, and 1, dot with v plus w. So v is 7, 4, and 5, plus with w. So 1 minus 5 plus 2. Okay, so this one refers to u, vector u. And this one, this row refers to vector v plus with w. Alright, so now I can solve in the bracket. So 8, -1, and 7. So we can do the dot product. Remember, for dot product, it is always a real value. So -16, so multiply these two, plus with this one, okay, plus with 1 times 7. Okay, so you get -12. Okay, so now let's try the second one. Okay, if u equals to this and v are orthogonal. Okay, so remember, it is said that u and v are orthogonal, meaning that it is 90 degree. So if these two vectors are 90 degrees, meaning that u dot v is equals to 0. Okay, so we have to find 2, 3, z, and dot with v is 2, 6, -3 equals to 0. Okay, because our aim is to find z. So here is our z. So doing the dot product, you will get 4 plus with 3 times 6 plus with -3, z equals to 0. Okay, so 3z is equals to 22. Z will be equals to 22 over 3. Okay. Alright, so another important vector operation is the vector product. Okay, where we also call it as cross product. So remember, just now it is a dot and now it is cross. Okay, so it is widely used in field of electrical, magnetism, fluid flow, and orbital mechanics to find a vector in space which is orthogonal to the given vectors. Alright, so suppose that, let's say here we have two vectors and there is an angle between A and B. Okay, so there are two cases, just like I mentioned in the dot product. Okay, we have two cases. Given that case 1, A and B are not equals to 0 and theta is also not equals to 0 and not equals to pi. Okay, so case 2, if one of the above condition fails. Okay, later I will explain on this case 1 and case 2. Alright, so for the cross product, we will use the right hand rule. Okay, given that A and B are the vectors, okay, that we have. So the cross product, okay, would be your thumbs. Okay, which is this thumb would be your A cross B. Okay, given that this A cross B is 90 degree, okay, from the vector A and B. Okay, so this is the result of the A cross B using the right hand rule. Okay, so back to the case 1 and 2. Okay, so for a cross product, the formula would be A cross B equals to the magnitude of A times with magnitude of B sine theta. Okay, so for case 1, A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0, theta is not equal to 0, and theta is not equal to pi. Okay, but if one of these case, okay, condition is failed, meaning that for it can be A equals to 0, B equals to 0, or theta equals to 0, or theta is equals to pi, then it will fall as A cross B equals to 0. Okay, but the basic one, okay, the formula for cross product would be this. Okay, and for the dot product, it will be this one, cos theta. Okay, so can you see the difference? Okay, for cross product, we use sin theta, and for for dot product, we use cos theta. Alright, okay, actually from here, we can obtain, okay, we also can obtain the angle between two vectors. Okay, so now how to find the cross product? Okay, remember, okay, the cross product will always be the vector, a vector, right? So how to find the cross product? Okay, we will use this matrix, okay, matrix form. Okay, so first row here, you write down the ijk, and then the second row is the value, okay, the constant of I, j, and k, which is x1, y1, and z1. Okay, this is for vector A. Okay, and the last row would be the value for vector B. Okay, so how can we solve this? Okay, so please remember, okay, this is the same as finding the determinant for 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, so for a 3 by 3 matrix, first of all, okay, this is expanding the first row. Okay, so here, expand the first row. So I will cover this. So I have to find the determinant of y1, z1, y2, z2. And then don't forget that we have to minus. Okay, and then for j, okay, it will be eliminate this row, eliminate this column, and you will get x1, z1, x2, z2. Okay, and the last one is you have to add. Okay, you have to add the k. Okay, this is for k. So we eliminate the first row and third column and find the determinant of x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so if we expand this, okay, you will get this formula. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so here, this is the most important part. Okay, the sign should be minus here because this one involves the cofactor. Alright. Alright, so this is the properties of cross product. Okay, if A, B, and C are three vectors and K is a scalar, okay, then A cross A would be always equals to 0. Okay, and then A cross B is also equivalent to negative of B cross A. Okay, and then A cross B plus C can also be obtained by A cross B plus A cross C. And the fourth one is if we need to do a cross product, A cross with K times B, we also can find K, we take out K and do the cross product of A and B, or we can also multiply the scalar with A first, then do the cross product with B. And the last one, okay, so this symbol refers to parallel, meaning that A and B are parallel if and only if A cross B is equals to 0. Alright, so this is the properties of cross product. Alright, so from this cross product, okay, we know that we use the right hand rule. Okay, so given this is the vector that we have, okay, vector A and vector B. Okay, so from here we can obtain the vector, okay, that is 90 degree from this vector. Alright, so if you notice here that we create, okay, a vector that is same magnitude and same direction, where this is called as area of parallelogram. So in order for us to find the area of parallelogram, so this is the formula, okay, the magnitude of A cross B, okay, meaning that you have to find the A cross B first, okay, vector A, vector B, and then find its magnitude to find the area of parallelogram. Okay, so now let's try this example. Okay, given u equals to I plus 2j and so on, calculate u cross v and v cross u. Okay, so given that we have to use this cross product, remember a cross product you will get a vector. Okay, so I have to write down the ijk. So this the first, okay, the second row will refer to the value for u. Okay, so it will be 1, 2, and 1. Okay, and for v, it will be 2, negative 1, and 1. Alright, so now remember that we solve this like a finding determinant for 3 by 3. Okay, so I multiply with 2, 1, negative 1, 1 minus j 1, 1, 2, 1, and the last one is k 1, 2, 2, negative 1. Alright, so now solve the determinant. You get 3i 1 minus 2 minus j plus j, k negative 1 minus 4 minus 5k. Okay, so that is your u cross v. Okay, now we have to find the v cross u. V cross u. So it will be ijk and then v first and then u. Alright, so using the same method for I, j, and k, and you will get your vector as negative 1 minus 2, negative 3i, 2 minus 1, and the last one is 4 minus negative 1. Okay, so you notice here that the magnitude is the same 3, 1, and 5 is just that, okay, the symbol. Okay, so you can conclude that u cross v is equals to the negative of v cross u. Okay, so that is for the first question. Next, okay, find the area of parallelogram bounded by the vectors. Okay, so we have these two vectors, u and v. Okay, so to find the area of parallelogram, so the formula is magnitude of u cross v. So we have to find what is our u cross v first. So I, j, k, 4, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, negative 1. So for I, it will be negative 1, j is minus j, and for k, right. So now we can solve this. 1 minus 3, negative 2i, minus 4 minus 2, plus 6j, 12 minus negative 2, plus 14k. Right? Okay, so to find the area, we just have to find the magnitude of u cross v. So square root of 4 plus 36 plus 14 square. So you get square root of 236, which is 15.36 unit square. Alright, so that's how we find the area of parallelogram. Okay, the last one. Okay, find the area of triangle with vertices P, Q, and R. Okay, so the issue here is now, remember that okay, the area of triangle, the area of parallelogram is given like this. Okay, let's say this is U and this is P. Okay, so here you notice that okay, the area of parallelogram, if we cut into half, you will get a triangle shape. Okay, so meaning that to get the area of triangle, okay, what you can do is you can get the half of the parallelogram. So you need to find U cross V. However, our concern is that The question give you the point, okay, not the vector. Okay, so we have to find the vector first. Alright, so let's assume that this is point P, this is point Q, and this is point R. Meaning that, okay, from this figure, we need to find our U as PR, and also we need to find vector V as PQ. Okay, so I think no issue for finding the PR, where to find PR meaning that you have to find PO plus OR. Okay, given your PO is the negative of OP. Okay, so negative of OP is given as 1, 1, 0. Plus with OR, okay, OR is 0, 1, 1. Alright, so now we can obtain this. So negative 1 plus 0, it is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Negative 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, next for PQ. So we need to find PO plus OQ. So PO is negative of OP. So OP is 1, 1, 0. And then your OQ is 1, 0, 1. Alright, so now negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1, 0, and 1. Okay, so now we have this vector PQ and PR. Okay, so now we can find the cross product of PQ cross PR. So I, J, K, PQ is given as 0, negative 1, 1. PR is negative 1, 0, 1. Okay, so now you get your I minus with J plus K. Okay, so here would be negative 1, 0 plus 1, 0 minus negative 1 is 1, and K would be 0 minus 1 minus K. Okay, so this is the cross product. Okay, then we need to find the magnitude. So you get square root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. So to find the area of triangle, okay, area of triangle, you get 1 over 2 times with the magnitude of PQ cross PR, okay, which is 3 over 2. Alright, so that's the end of our review on the vector. Okay, so next video, please watch for line in space. Thank you.